I've done vertical and horizontal investment both as free to play on 2 different accounts, and today I wanted to talk about which one I think is the best for fellow F2P players. Let's kick it off with horizontal investment. Horizontal investment means that instead of focusing on 1 or 2 characters and making them strong, you just focus on getting more characters instead. You are putting quantity over quality. The first and biggest upside is that you have more characters. You can try out a bunch more teams, you can have a lot more fun, basically, if you forget the meta for a second. Having more teams isn't just fun though, it makes your account pretty fucking flexible. Because you will be able to pull some teams out of your ass in difficult situations, and because of that you will be able to clear even when you don't have the character you are supposed to have. Also, you will not be hard countered. If the meta decides to fuck your Miyabi, you will just pull out another team. It's okay. You will have better elemental coverage because you will probably have a DPS of each element, although I would say matchups and the class of the DPS matters a lot more than the element. The other upside is that when you horizontally invest, you don't really have to worry about characters getting old. You will just pull the new character. Your Evelyn or Yanagi is feeling kinda old, well, you just pull the new character. You don't have to worry about making older characters work at all. But there are also some downsides. When you do decide to replace a character, it's probably gonna feel kinda awful. I mean, this is kinda personal, but at least for me, I don't really feel good about doing that because I put a lot of effort into building those characters, and pulling new characters all the time also means that you have to actually build those characters, right? You have to fully level them, and then you have to go into the mines and farm discs for them. I do not count this as a negative, but it's something people say when they're talking about the evils of horizontal investment. I think it's just part of playing the game, honestly. And disc management also becomes a fucking nightmare. Even if the characters use different disc sets, they often share the 2-piece, and that is gonna fuck you in the ass again. Now let's jump to vertical investment after the sponsor break. If you're playing Zenless Zone Zero and planning to top up, GamesGo offers a cheaper alternative to official in-game pricing. You can save a noticeable amount, which really adds up if you're pulling on multiple banners. I'll show you the full process on the screen. I enter my UID, choose the top up option, place the order, and within moments the currency is delivered directly to my account. It's fast, straightforward, and convenient. If the global option doesn't work, try using the USA region. If it still doesn't go through, GamesGo will issue a refund immediately. If you're planning to top up on Zenless, do it for cheaper. Check the link in the description to get started. Vertical investment means you simp for a few characters, but you make them strong as fuck by pulling dupes. The first upside is that you can probably clear everything or clear a lot more stuff with that character, making that a specific character a lot more flexible. For example, if I am having trouble with Primordial Nightmare, I don't need Yishingalingalingaling. I can just pull out my Yishuan, she will clear it because she's fucking strong as fuck now. But there's some nuance to this point. It depends on the character and the level of investment. Yishuan can do that, but I don't know if Zhu Yuan can do it with M6 or something. I don't know. It depends on the character, so be mindful of that. And every single point I will say from now on about vertical investment isn't just some clear cookie cut black and white point. It's gonna be very, very nuanced. Another very simple upside is that you don't need to build new characters, just dupe her up. You don't need to do anything, press one button, that's it, goodbye. After these 2 upsides, anything else I mention is not really an upside. It's just hypothetical things that could happen. Can I kill bosses in Deadly Assault? You might be able to, but the HP keeps increasing, and even if you have a duped up character, you still need the best team for the kill. I haven't killed one with my own Yishuan because I don't have dial-in. You see, that's another problem. If you want to vertically invest, you have to give some stuff up. We're talking about F2P people here. I had to give up dial-in because I wanted to dupe up my Yishuan, I guess. Having dupes mean you at least farm faster. It really depends on the dupe you are pulling. If the dupe you are pulling gives you a big ass damage source in the beginning of the fight, then you can farm faster. If not, it's not true. If you dupe up a character, can you use them forever? Surprise, surprise. Koreva. It depends on the level of investment again, I'm sorry. It's just the answer. And honestly, a more financially sound decision would be to just pull new supports. For example, you want your Ellen to keep being a good Ellen? Pull Dial-In for her, pull Suna for her, pull Astra for her, pull good characters for a character you like. Instead of duping them up, maybe. Do y'all remember M6 Ellen versus M0 Miyabi? Another downside, you will have fewer teams. Remember, you need to save up pools and give up on many characters. Me personally, I saved up around 200 pools for my Yishuan and I got pretty lucky. But even though I was lucky, I had to give up on 3 super duper meta characters: Suna, Yeshingalingalingalingaling, and Dialin. These 3 form one of the best teams, if not, I mean, it's the best team. Who the fuck am I kidding? It's the best team in the game. Does this come from a place of regret? No, of course not. I absolutely adore that little Ho Yishuan. But I wonder, would I feel the same if I didn't have another account who had all of these characters I just mentioned? Well, I'll leave that to you to decide if I would feel the same or not. And that's why I believe vertical investment is kind of a scam. It's kind of not good, especially if you're a free-to-player or low spender. The reason I was even able to vertically invest in Yishuan was because I had 2 accounts. If you don't have 2 accounts, if you have one, just horizontally invest, bro. Don't worry about vertically investing in a character. Maybe pull an engine, but mind escapes you don't really need. I'm not supposed to give my opinion here, but I just think pulling for a new character is always the better option. Except if the name of the character is Hugo Vlad. If I randomly saw Hugo Vlad on the streets of New Eridu, I would look into his eyes and tell him, Bakka mitai no? Watashi wa omae no isuki janai. Watashi wa omae no die. Die Kiraida, motherfucker, get the fuck out of my face. Go totalize yourself, bitch. Does this mean I think you should never pull a dupe? Fuck what I believe, you can do whatever you want, and pulling dupes was kinda fun on my second account. But would I recommend doing this on a normal F2P or low spender account? Hell no. I do have some advice if you do actually want to vertically invest. Maybe you're a whale, maybe you don't care, maybe it's your birthday and you want to do it. There's an order to pulling dupes, and I think you should consider that before pulling out your credit card and making a financially questionable decision. Is the character you're duping a support? If yes, then duping them up helps all the characters that use that support. Let's say the character is not a support. In that case, I still recommend you to take a look at step 1, because sometimes pulling dupes on a support will help your DPS a lot more than pulling dupes on the DPS itself. For example, Evelyn. I'm not saying M1 and M2 are bad, but M1 on Astra and M1 on Dialin are pretty fucking good. So I would recommend going for that instead of going for M1 and M2 on Evelyn. And it's a lot cheaper. Is the character you are duping a Void Hunter? If yes, I can see why. I have done it myself. Yes! Yes! Fuck yeah, baby! These characters not only are strong, they have some very powerful mindscapes, and often they are on M1 and M2, so you are not going to have to go to M6 for crazy effects or some shit like that. And lastly, if you really want to get some bang for your buck, if you're free to play or a whale, just research carefully before pulling mindscapes, because sometimes they're not that good and you're just spending money on something that's not that good. Before we end this video, some of you do not believe that I'm Iranian, because in the fucking description of my YouTube channel it says British Virgin Islands. It doesn't matter, bro. I think you can change that at any time. And if you don't believe me, let me just speak a little bit of Persian for you. سلام به همگی دوستان، امیدوارم که حالتون خوب باشه. من جزروی هستم، بهترین یوتیوبر Zenless Zone Zero در کل ایران و خاورمیانه و جهان. یعنی من ریدم دهن اون کسی که این هیوگو ولادو داد دست من، این توتالایز داد دست من، همین هیوگو ولادو بگیرم بکنم تو کونش. If that doesn't convince you, or you think it's AI, I don't know what to do. Maybe next time I'll go out and show you some footage of Iran, I guess. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe for the love of God, and I will see you later. Bye.